Okay, this is a walkthrough for our UVU multi-site technology system. I'm here with Pastor Michael Moore at Maranatha SDA Church, and we're just giving a quick rundown on how this system operates. At the heart of the system is this laptop or a computer. This is where all the action is taking place. This is where everything switches in and out. Okay, one of the main connectors is the VGA cable. All right, that comes down the table and around to the switcher. The switcher allows us the ability to switch sources. This is a monoprice switcher, just a plain Jane video matrix. Okay, 4-port switcher, 2-point, and we'll look at the back of it. That hooks up to the VGA wire, and then the VGA wire runs from it to various sources. All right, next to it we have the Ethernet connector. This hooks up to our internet. Right now it's really not doing anything because our internet is picked up wirelessly through the clear wire, which is right there on the floor. Hopefully in the near future we'll have high-speed cable to allow this to be done without data limits. All right, next to that we have a USB connector. All right, USB connector right here, and that hooks right into this cord and right into the dazzle. And the dazzle, as Pastor Moore knows very well, it connects to the high-def camcorder that shoots the main view up front. And here's how the dazzle is hooked up. All right, from the front, you've got left, white, right is red, and then video is yellow. All right, the S video is not being used on this port. And all right, then we have on the side of the computer we have two audio cables. One is for the mic. This runs into the mixer. We'll show where it comes in. And this must go into the mic port on the side of the computer. The mic, not the headset. If you do, that won't work. Headset goes into this one is hooked up to this box. This is an LTI 100, and it's a basic box that allows a regular audio cable to such as this, which is a standard female audio cable, to run into this box, bringing the sound from UVU from the computer. It flows through this wire into this and into the soundboard and then out our speakers so that we can know and hear what they're saying on the other side. On this side we have a USB gray cord that hooks up to our high-def webcam for our audience shot. That's on the left side of the computer. Alright, when we turn our computer on, first thing we want to do is pull up the program Pinnacle Studio. I can see Pinnacle Studio. We want to pull that up, and once we turn that on, it will allow us to activate our high-def camera. If we don't do that, then XSplit, which comes on next, will not see that camera for some reason. Right now, this is our workaround until we find a better solution. While that's loading up, we're going to step into the sound room. This is kind of the way I multitask every day so that I can get it done in a short period of time. And here's our mixer board. Alright, so we have the gray wire, which is coming from our mic. This goes into a main out, and I use it on the left side. Main out left. You'll see the little L under main out right there. You see that? That's where it goes from. The main out, that means it's outputting the sound from the mic out to the mic port on our computer and out through UVU to the different sites. Alright? Then we have a cord that comes in from that little LTI 100. That comes in, and that goes into, on our current setup, mic bank number 12. Mic number 12. And that allows us to control the volume of what we hear coming through our speakers with this slider. This slider controls mic number 12. Alright? And of course our current setup is mic number 1 is the mic we're using, and we want to make sure the subs are up, the main is up to give you a main output. Kind of the way we have it set up is really simple. The power on is in the back, and the power that we need to turn over here is this little black button. And that's all we need to do for a basic setup. Now the sound guys will come in and they may turn it on the stereo or this computer, but that's all extra. Alright, Pinnacle should be up, so let's step back down to the computer. And sure enough, it is up. Now, once Pinnacle is up and loaded, we need to go to View and then click on Import. And once that comes up, we'll have a chance to choose the Dazzle 100, Dazzle DVC 100. We click on that, it should pick up the oh, we need to turn the camera on the left side. Okay, so here's how we turn our camera on. If you look right here on the side, there's a little power button. Just push that. You hear the little sounds, meaning it's moving, and now look at that. Dazzle sees the camera. Nice shot. Let's go ahead and close that out. That's all we needed this to do. And we choose that. If we want to check on our webcam to make sure our webcam is working, you can also check on the webcam as well. Just clicking on the webcam option will allow you to be able to see all the cameras that we have online. I think this is it's a little slow. There's our webcam view. As you can tell, that's from the front looking back to us, and we're waving at you there. Alright, so now you see that's a good way to test your cameras. Now, one thing I've noticed, if you ever do this and you go into XSplit, which is what we're doing next, we're going to close this out. We're closing this out. We don't need it to chew up extra memory. We need all the memory we can for our two main programs, XSplit and uvu. So I click on the XSplit icon, double click, it pops up. Now let me say this while this is loading. If you ever pull up XSplit and you go to scene number 1, that's the main scene for the speaker, and if you don't see Dazzle, if you don't see the main camera, I'm going to show you a little thing to do. If you saw it in Pinnacle, it is active. Have no fear. It is active. If it doesn't show up, I'll show you a little trick to do in XSplit to make XSplit see it if you already loaded Pinnacle, saw it, and closed it down properly. Alright, XSplit should be coming up now. And we'll just move it over. I like to keep mine running right on the right-hand side, left-hand side of the frame, just to keep my space uncluttered and give me maximum real estate. Now look at that. This is exactly what I was talking about. Here we have XSplit, okay, and it's already logged in. Alright, so here we have this setup. The way we currently set this up is that scene number 1 is the main camera. Scene number 2 is the audience camera. See the audience shot? And scene number PowerPoint 1, that is capturing actually this section of the screen, and that's where I'll put the PowerPoint frame window to operate in that, so that whatever's in this section, it will show it under PowerPoint number 1. So we've named it. So you say, well, how do we name it? Well, you choose a scene and you just name it. You just double click on it and you can name it whatever you want. I'll just leave that as you click a scene and then you just leave it however you want. Now let's go back to scene number 1, because it looks like we have a problem. Camera is not available, but we know it's available because we just saw it over in Dazzle. So here's what we need to do. Go over to the main option box, click on Dazzle Video, and remove it. Remove it. Okay? Remove it. Then click on Add. Go down to Add Camera. And then choose the camera that you want. And we want the Dazzle DVC 100 video. Choose it. Now, see, we have the camera. Sometimes Uvu doesn't see it even though it's supposed to. So how do we blow this up? Let me pause here for just a moment. For our part 2 will be coming up in just a few seconds.